Good morning, everyone. It is the end of an awesome streaming week, and today we saved the best for last because it is time for a real full modded playthrough of a game for the very first time with my brand new setup. I am very excited to bring you a modded version of Dark Souls 1 starting today. But in addition to that, I've got updates regarding my year-end series, regarding the upcoming new wrestling commentary show. We got chill vibes. It's Friday. It's my final consecutive streaming day of the week, but it's still hype. Prepare your butts for a very nice, relaxing, and hype-filled episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of a live stream. The king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, folks. Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm DSP. This is the Level 1 Podcast for Friday, the 3rd of January, 2025. Man, it feels like that fall flew by, doesn't it? It sure does, doesn't it? It's like, wait a minute. It's January. It's 2025. We're a few days in already. What is going on? I know. But I'm surely excited for today. Today's going to be a great one. As you can see, every day I'm trying to really perfect this mic positioning. And again, now I'm blocking the portal gun. I can't figure this out. I mean, I could go higher. But now the mic has a tendency to drop out a little bit. So I'm still trying to find the perfect spot so that you can hear me, but I'm not blocking the set. I don't know. I'm sure I'll figure it out after another 7-8 weeks of messing with it, right? Anyway, welcome to the show. How is everyone? Hope I find you well. I'm in a good mood today because today we're doing some fun and special stuff. Maybe, hold on. What about that? How's that? Because actually now it doesn't block the background, but now the mic is pointing directly at me. Maybe this is the way to go. Let's try this today. You guys let me know how this sounds. Maybe this will sound even better because it's pointed directly at my mouth. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. And yeah, I'm excited for today. Today's going to be a great day. We've got good variety. First of all, me returning to the game that started it all, Dark Souls 1. A game that I've probably done more playthroughs of than a lot of games. I remember I played the original run, the handheld guided tour by people who I summoned. Then there was the redemption run. And then if I remember correctly, there was the remastered run, correct? So I think I have played Dark Souls 1 4 times. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I even played it more than that because I know I did a magic run. I think the magic run was the remastered run, correct? So maybe I've played it more than any other game, but I'm really excited for today. And the reason being, today is the first ever official modded run on my new PC. I've had this PC since August, right? But I've done a lot with it. Most games I'm now playing on PC, which is great. Good new addition, good improvement. And I've never really, in my entire history as a YouTuber, played a major modded game. A couple things come to mind, and both of them are Fallout. The first was Fallout 4 back in the day when it was on Xbox One, had mods enabled after a certain period of time, and I messed around with a few little tweaks here or there. Then there was Fallout 4 again last year, where I just put in the, what do they call it, the official patch that supposedly fixed a lot of the bugs and tweaks and made it a little bit more of a polished experience. But that's all it was. It was nothing major. And then, if you remember, last year during the summer, I actually tried out Fallout London, which is a significant mod that completely changes Fallout 4 from the ground up and makes it a new game. And I tried that for just a little bit, and I actually really liked it, but we never got back to it. Maybe we will get back to that someday, okay? So, I'm excited because I think that trying out Dark Souls 1 with these mods that we're going to be messing with, I think is going to make it a defining experience. What do I mean by that? Well, what mods are we using? Allow me to clarify. So first of all, we're using a mod that's called Dark Souls 1 Remastered. If you don't remember, many years ago, they remastered Dark Souls 1 for modern consoles and PC, adding up to 60 frames per second, animation, and lots of like graphical and lighting improvements. But a lot of people were very, very critical of it. They were like, what are you talking about? Remastered? It doesn't even look that good. Like you spent all this time having us redoing the game. We all rebought it, and it's just not that good. So of course, immediately the modding community went to work on this game trying to fix the remaster. And so what we're doing today, it's actually quite interesting, is an attempt to make the game actually look like a real modern game with modern lighting effects and mapping and stuff like that. But get this, they just updated it yesterday. During the day yesterday, while I was streaming, it has an update. So apparently major improvements to this remastered engine have been made and will apply to my playthrough starting today. I literally couldn't have chosen a better day to start because today it is like updated. But of course, you have to understand that makes me a beta tester. Mods are free. Mods are a community that's not time tested. It's people download them, install them, and then play them and find the issues, tell the modder, and then the modder might patch that thing later. So very well today, when we're playing, we may see some issues with the graphics, maybe not. We played just a couple minutes of the intro yesterday. It looked amazing. It actually it looks like a different game. It looks like the walls are wet with, like dungeon condensation and the lighting is ridiculous. Like, dude, from a game that, 2011 PS3 looked chunky and bad and awful frame rate to this is going to be just groundbreakingly crazy. So I'm very excited just for the graphical overhaul. However, that's not all we're doing, folks, because we're also doing the Age of Sunlight mod update. Now, I admit I was a little bit, I wasn't misinformed. I was confused. This mod is not a full reimagining of the game from the ground up. It is not, the whole game's redone, all the bosses are new. It's not that, okay? What it is that they have taken the game and they have modified many aspects of it, including added new classes, new weapons, new fighting animations, responsive controls. I'm going to repeat that. Ladies and gentlemen, you will never believe it. Responsive controls in a Dark Souls game. Yes, meaning if you press the dodge button, the character will dodge. Whoa, what a concept. It's almost like if they had that in the games from the get-go, you might have liked them more. But, I know. You don't have to hold the button and release the button to get your character to dodge anymore. They'll just dodge when you press the button. Also, the rolling is more responsive and more in line with an action game, okay? When you roll, you actually will roll in a general direction and not get fumbling around and stuff like that. So basically, the game is a lot more controllable, okay? Now, you might say, well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. If your character is easily controllable and there's no giant input delay, doesn't that mean the game is going to be super easy? Because that's some of the appeal and the charm of Dark Souls is that it's hard to play because it has all of these installed difficulty challenges, checks, whatever you want to call them, right? The fact that you have you have to release the button to roll, your inputs, are kind of stacked and delayed. That's one of the things about the game that's unique. Well, get this. Because they improved the combat engine and added new weapons and new combat abilities, they made the game harder. And if you want an example of what I'm talking about, yesterday on this very podcast, okay, I did the intro with just the remastered patch, which is graphical, and then I did the intro with the Age of Sunlight patch applied. Take a look at my boss fight against the the Asylum Demon. In the first run, I did a plunging attack on him, and because I landed it, it did 50% damage. In the second run, I landed the plunging attack and it only did 25% damage. So what they've done is they have increased the level of health of every enemy. They've increased the damage output of every enemy. They actually made the game significantly harder to adjust for the fact that the game controls better. So it really is going to feel like a different experience for me, because even though I'll have better rolling, better combat, I'm going to be facing much tougher opponents. Okay. So this is going to be really unique. I can't wait. Like, for example, someone else was playing this yesterday now because they saw me, doing it. They wanted to test it. They said they got to the Taurus Demon. Immediately, the Taurus Demon started doing new attacks and animations that aren't in the original game. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? Like, how do I dodge it? What is this? So it's like playing the game for the first time again. How neat is that? So I'm down for that. Like, I'm really excited for this now. And I can 100% tell you, I'm picking a new class. I want to start with a class that's newly designed for this run. I don't want to just go, oh, cleric again, or oh, magic build spam. No, I want to do something different. So we'll see what classes there are. However, I'm heavily leaning towards the ninja class. There is a class that dresses you up like Ninja Gaiden. And basically, it's kind of like, ninja swords like the Uchigatana, but also heavy parry-based class. Parrying in Dark Souls 1. Something I don't think I've ever done. Okay? So you want to talk about a different run that's going to feel completely changed from anything I've ever done in this game before. This will be the run. You know what I'm excited for? All the parts of the game that historically just run like crap. Remember the first time you run into the hydras in the forest with the crystal dudes in front and it just chugs along, or the crystal caverns, or Seethe the Scaleless, or hell, Blight Town. Now these are going to run silky smooth with modernized lighting and graphics. I can't wait to see what it looks like and plays like, honestly. Like, I'm very stoked for this. So I hope that you guys are excited as well. However, I just want to forewarn everyone. It's mods. And everyone has been saying this all along. Mods have a high potential for something to go wrong. And so be prepared today that while we're playing this, it might crash. We might have weird glitches. Like someone has already said that in certain situations, the enemies start T-posing after you kill them. It was funny. Last night, I was doing a quick testing run to see if the mods would work after I had fully installed. Because, by the way, just for the record, last night, I actually did go back and I clean installed. Like, I deleted Dark Souls Remastered completely from my PC. I reinstalled it, and then I installed both mods again to make sure it was a clean install and it wasn't going to, like, have any conflicts or anything. And when I did, I went back and I tested it again. And so I tested it, and I killed an enemy with the Uchigatana, and the enemy flew through the air doing a cartwheel. I was like, so I don't know if that was intended or if it was a glitch, like a physics glitch, because we're using these mods. There might be some zany stuff, like you kill an enemy and it just goes, flies away. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I think that's part of the charm and appeal of using mods, is that it's kind of like a unpredictable factor, like what's going to happen, right? I guess, well, it's going to be entertaining, I feel. So, good stuff. Very much. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. Everyone, get hyped, get ready. Dark Souls 1 with mods. I'm calling it the remastered Age of Sunlight run. All right? So let's see how it goes. A lot of people seem to be hyped for this. I'm certainly hyped for it. And I hope that you will stick around after the podcast for a 3-hour chunky stream of Dark Souls modding action. All right? Now, also today, guess what it is? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. We're at 44 already on the leaderboard. Today is what your 40 reward. DSP tries it. We are trying a place called California Burrito and Taco Shop. And I'm going to be getting a big burrito and a couple of tacos for variety. And we're going to be doing that after the gameplay ends around 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? So stick around after the Dark Souls mods run on stream. We're then going to have some food together, some Mexican food, and see if it's any good. All right, my first time actually trying this this new place. So, I mean, it's called California Burrito and Taco Shop. So I'm like, let me get a burrito and let me get some taco. Kind of makes sense, right? Cool. Lalafell says that if I'm going to be doing mods more frequently, I should invest in a mod manager. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it goes today. The mods work out well if I enjoy them, if you enjoy them, and if this is something that we're committing to and hey, let's do the full playthrough and enjoy it, then maybe I would. Right? Maybe I would. Let's check it out. Maybe other games too. You know, who knows what games I might play with mods. If this turns out to be a successful project and you like it and I like it, I mean, why not? I know a lot of gamers have done mods over the years, and it's part of their, you know, repertoire, what they pull out every once in a while when there's dead time. Hey, let's do a mod, right? I'm down for that, but let's see how it goes. By the way, I even set up my RGBs today to be you know, like we're in the depths of hell to play Dark Souls. So hopefully it's like dungeon lighting, right? It's what it looks like. So this should be quite exciting, I feel. Good stuff today. All right. Now, that's the first stream. Level 1 podcast, 3 hours of Dark Souls with mods, and then the DSP tries it of the California Burrito and Taco Shop. All right. Tonight on the late stream, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, Friday Night Fights returns. It's the continuation of my Street Fighter 6 coverage. This time around, I'm either going to pick M. Bison or Blanca. I might just decide on the fly. I haven't really decided yet who I want to use. But I'm excited. You know, either character I'm pretty good with, and I haven't played with them for a little bit. I'm sure I'll be rusty, but I'm sure I'll get back into it. So it should be a good time. I hope you will join me tonight for the return Friday Night Fights. 2 hours of solid online multiplayer action, okay? By the way, thank you to Ahmed8, who just did our first contribution of the day, a $10, well, a 10 SAR super chat. I don't know what the heck SAR is, so please bear with me while I jump in here. So this would be SAR to USD. It is a Saudi Arabian ruble. Wow. That is the equivalent of $2.66, folks. So thank you to Ahmed. He says, hey, DSP, I'm glad that I could catch up to your stream. I'm glad to have you. Welcome to the stream. I guess now we can move into our shameless, gratuitous plug segment, shall we? So, first of all, Ahmed, thank you for your support. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have been on a roll this week. And what I mean by that is this week was an incredibly well-supported week. Went from being down into like the low to mid 30s of goals hit up to 44. We had multiple nights this week where I was hitting 1, 2, 3 goals in one night. Thank you so much for that. First of all, just so you know, that was a great way to end December. That's going to help me out a lot because I got a good push and a good amount of support at the end of the month. So as all my income comes in, you know, over the course of January, that's going to help tremendously. So thank you to everyone there. But also, we are full speed ahead. We are running to the end goal of 50. Remember, when we hit 50, we unlock 3 special things. Number 1, I'm going to be doing a marathon, a gaming marathon. Now, what the gaming marathon will be, we're not sure yet. It could be retro games like Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden and maybe some classic Mario or something like that. It could be something rage-a-thon, you know, rage-inducing, maybe really tough games that I've never played before, that now if I play them, they'll kick my butt, and you guys can laugh at me failing. I just realized that this was, like, not in the right position. It was reflecting, because it's a reflective collar. There you go. So it could be rage-a-thon. It could be PC-centric games. Someone had made the suggestion, hey, what about if you played games that are only on PC, like League of Legends or Valorant or something like that, so you could test out games that you never really played before now that you have a PC, right? Or another great suggestion is to play Dino Crisis all day and fully experience the game for the very first time. A game of which I've only played the intro 3 times now during various Halloween marathons. Well, I guess you could also argue the Christmas marathon, because that's when I played it this year. But now it's actually on PS5 Pro with saving whenever you want. So we could actually play and save and actually do a real playthrough of the game this time. So I'd be down for any of those. Like literally any of those 4 sound good to me. But we have to decide soon because we're rapidly approaching. It looks like next week we're going to be hitting the goal and doing a marathon probably at the end of next week. Now you might say, well, what day? I don't know yet because I'm talking with my wife about scheduling in an extra day off for us. We haven't had a day off to spend together outside of Christmas since December like 3rd or something like that. So obviously we want to have a day off, and we're talking about maybe next week it'll be like, we're thinking I'm either going to take Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday off next week. Okay. So if I take a 2-day block, one day I could do to run all my errands, go grocery shopping, do all the busy work crap. And then the other day we can actually have to ourselves to go out and have a good time together. All right. So if that's the case, basically the marathon would probably end up being whatever the last day is that I stream of that week. So whether that's Thursday or Friday, of next week, we'll have to figure that out. Okay. So I'll figure that out. And when I know, I'll let you know. But that's what it's looking like. So when we hit 50, that marathon will take place. And likely we're going to schedule it for either Friday or Saturday of next week. And not only will we be doing the gaming marathon, which is reward number 1. Reward number 2. How about some food? Well, I'm going to get some food and we're going to do a feasting with the king, the first of which I've done in a long time. Rather than it being a taste test where I rank food, instead, it's just going to be my wife and I ordering from a place that likely we've eaten from before that we know we like, and me just having that meal live on stream with all of you as a hangout session. So it's very different from DSP Tries It, where I'm like rating and ranking the food. It's not really a taste test. It's more of, I don't know, you want to call it a mukbang or whatever. That's kind of what it is, okay? So that's going to be during that marathon event. And then, I've already proposed this, so I want to propose it again. You can suggest a kind of booze for me to try during this marathon event, okay? Whether it's some kind of a brew or a beer, whether it's something hard liquor, maybe it's a mixed drink. Someone has already said, why don't I get some of those Buzz Balls, little drinks, or maybe a variety pack of something like that, because they have different ones of different flavors. And so I could maybe drink those during the course of the day while I'm doing my marathon. Yeah, I could see that. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it so that, again, similar to Christmas, every level of support, I drink one or something like that. I got to see what they've got, I guess, at the liquor store. I'll probably go tomorrow. I'll check out at the liquor store and see what they have, and I'll probably grab some stuff, okay? So that should be fun. So, yeah, basically this marathon's going to be great. It's going to be like next week. We just got to figure out what to do. So let's talk about it. Let's keep talking about it. It doesn't seem like we have a consensus. Like me, my personal, preference would either be the retro idea where we play retro games, or Dino Crisis. Like, those would be the two things that I'd be more interested in. But I'm still okay with a Rageathon, and I'm still okay with PC centric. But the thing is, we need to figure out what we're going to do so people can nominate stuff. Okay. So let's keep talking about it and figure it out. See, that's the thing. I didn't do a poll because sadly, every time I do a poll, the trolls just fucking skew the poll with bullshit. So I haven't done a poll yet, but I want to kind of get your idea, like your feedback on what to do. Okay. Give me your opinions on this. All right. So anyway, that's going to be great. I'm excited for it. And I hope that you guys are pumped too. So let's get it. Let's get to this goal. Every $150 raised on a stream gets us another number to the goal and locks us in to this special marathon event at the end of the week. So let's get it going. All right. Today, hey, let's get some support. Get the momentum going. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, and gifted memberships on YouTube. Or subs and gifted subs over on Kick. Or tips through PayPal, which is basically third party, and anyone could do a tip. All right. Let's get some names up on this leaderboard. Let's get our first sub gifter of the day over on Kick. Let's get our first tip of the day, PayPal, and let's get these starting to populate. Okay. Now, positive updates for everyone. Is everyone excited for some positive updates? I hope so. I got some big positive updates for all of you. Let's do it. I'm excited for this one. Can you mail me a check? You could if you're like 80 years old and you don't use the internet. I guess you could mail a check, but then you wouldn't obviously be watching my Kick stream either, so you're full of baloney. Okay. Lalafell says, I'm up for a retro marathon if it's not just playing the games again. Now that you have a PC, you should mix it up. Well, we'd have to, again, that's what I mean. Like, we'd have to figure this out. Like, what would it be? I was going to say just play it on Switch and play a bunch of them. Like, there's Ninja Gaiden, there's Mega Man. Actually, I don't think Mega Man's on the Switch, is it? I guess I would have to get one of the Mega Man collections. And if you guys wanted to do like a challenge run or whatever, I'm down for that. Like, I'm down for whatever, but we have to figure it out. And that's the thing is like with this new system, you kind of don't know when you're going to hit the goal. And because of that, it's kind of uncertain, like how much time we have to plan. So, you know, like last week, I never would have thought that we were going to be doing the marathon this early in January. And now here we are, you know, so it's kind of unpredictable, the nature of it. The last retro marathon wasn't that fun. Trills, what retro marathon? I never did a retro marathon. The only time that I ever played a retro game on a marathon was a challenge run marathon. This was back when I was on Twitch and people were wagering penne points to see if I could beat a stage of Mario. This was, I think it was Mario The Lost Levels with certain challenges. Like, can I beat it in 30 seconds? Can I do it without dying 3 times? Can I get a certain amount of coins? Stuff like that. That's the only one I even remember. Yes, you do. You got sick last year for a retro marathon. Huh? Does anyone remember this? Does anyone remember me doing a retro marathon in 2024 during which I got sick? Did I really do this? Hold on a second. This is ridiculous. How did I not remember it? This is sounding silly. I don't believe you. I did a retro marathon and I got sick? Okay, when did this happen? Give me a date. 'Cause I'm looking at all my playlists right now. I was playing retro games all day, the Mario Challenge Run game and all. No, if you're talking about Nintendo World Championships, I remember playing it, but I don't remember doing it all day. You got sick and you didn't reschedule it. Wait, what? So it didn't happen? Can someone speak English in chat, please? Can someone like write in the actual English language what you're talking about? Because I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. What is going on? Listen, I see here. I'm going to literally read through all my playlists from last year. Are you ready? Street Fighter 6, Sea of Stars, Tekken 8, various playlists. The Silent Hill, The Short Message. My Super Bowl marathon. Pal World. When Kat and I did Dondoko Island Co-op. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Baldur's Gate 3. Dragon's Dogma 2. Alone in the Dark. Harold Halibut. The Return to Elden Ring. Little Kitty Big City. Helldivers 2. The Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Another Crab's Treasure. A PC Indies marathon. That is not a retro marathon. It was a bunch of PC indie games. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Hades 2 Early Access. Multiverses. Night Springs DLC. Crow Country. Still Wakes the Deep. Elden Ring Shadow of the... Dude, there was no retro marathon last year. It literally didn't happen. I'm reading all my playlists. What are you talking about? I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm like, what is he talking about? This literally didn't happen. Dark side dabbing, what you're describing is what we're doing right now. What did we do during that Indies marathon? I don't recall that. We played Pizza Tower. Oh, Pizza Tower, the Hades 2 Early Access, Noita, and Stardew Valley. And that's how I brought back Stardew Valley. RZX says the only retro thing I could think of is that there was a Ninja Gaiden run you were going to do, and that was 2 years ago, by the way. But the goal wasn't hit, so we never did it. And then there was also Chrono Trigger at one point. Yeah, that was years ago. You guys really like to confuse me. Like, You literally made me second guess myself and think that I'm crazy. You realize that, right? Like, I actually legit thought that, like, I couldn't remember that I did a retro marathon last year. Because I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know? Literally what you're saying didn't even happen. Wow. Anyway, so I don't even know why we started arguing about this. So anyway, we got to figure out what we want to do for this marathon that's likely going to take place next week. Okay, later next week. And we have only about a week to figure it out. Because if it's going to be Thursday or Friday of next week, we got to determine, what it's going to be so we can set it and then start planning for it, okay? So let's figure this out. I would say let's eliminate the PC-centric. I don't really care about League of Legends, okay? Just to be honest with all of you. These PC-centric games, if there's new ones that come out, that's one thing. But I just don't foresee myself giving a shit about League of Legends or whatever and playing it during a marathon and even understanding it. You know what I mean? Like, if I was going to play it all day, like if it was League of Legends day and all I played was League of Legends for 8 hours so I could start to understand it, that's one thing. But like, I don't foresee myself caring about these PC, I don't think that would really work too well, just to be frank, okay? But I think Dino Crisis all day would work because there's people who waited for this for years and years, and I would love to do that, to play it all day and get a big chunk into it. I think a retro marathon of classic games would work. We just have to figure out what's the best way to do it. Probably Switch is probably the easiest way because you can get most of the old Nintendo games on there. I think the only ones that aren't on there are like Mega Man. Or Rageathon, but the thing with Rageathon is we'd have to determine quickly a series of rage-inducing games for me to play. So, So let's talk about it. Let's figure it out, okay? Now, in addition to all of that, 2 big updates. Update number 1, I have finished working on my year-end series. I know the top 20 most disappointing and the top 20 best playthroughs of 2024. I've ranked them. I have all my rationale behind it. It's all done. And I have all the video files that I need ready to go on my PC. The last piece of work I have to do is setting up those video files to play in OBS, and then we are ready to go with the year-end series. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start my year-end series Sunday night. That's right. So I'm off from streaming tomorrow. When I come back on Sunday, we're going to have a daytime stream, all right? And then the night stream is going to be the year-end series starting with the most disappointing playthroughs, okay? So FYI, what I want to click. We're going to do more Dark Souls modded run on the day stream on Sunday, and then Sunday night will be the most disappointing playthroughs of 2024 countdown. Now, dependent on how this goes, if we get through the disappointing disappointing playthroughs countdown, and we have time, we'll just go right into the best playthroughs of 2024 countdown. But it depends because I have 20 to talk about. So it very well be that I need 2 nights. I need Sunday night to do the most disappointing playthroughs and then Monday night to do the best playthrough. Okay. So depending on how it goes, we'll actually determine how much we do each night. So either both or split, depending on time. Okay. So then what we're going to do is Sunday, Dark Souls with mods and most disappointing playthrough countdown. Monday, we'll do some, I think it was Indiana Jones or Stalker 2 that I scheduled. Shit. I keep forgetting my own schedule. Stalker 2. So we're going to do Stalker 2 on Monday. And then Monday night will either be the second half of my year-end stuff or it will be Black Ops multiplayer. Okay? Tuesday. Here's the big announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, if all goes according to plan, which fingers crossed it does, knock on wood it does. Right now everything's looking good, but you don't know, you never know what could happen between now and Tuesday. Tuesday will be the premiere of my brand new wrestling commentary show starring myself and co-host Ashton from Kino Casino. The show will air in place of the Level 1 podcast. That way, it doesn't interfere with Kino Casino because they always broadcast at night. So we're actually going to do it earlier on in the day. So there will not be a Level 1 podcast on Tuesday. Instead, it will be the premiere of our new wrestling commentary show. Now, we're talking about how to do it. I'm going to be the one broadcasting this. All right. So I'll be setting it up at, Discord and everything, and I'll be broadcasting the show. It's going to, I guess, be co-broadcast. I don't see why not. Like, I don't see a reason to only do it on YouTube or only do it on Kick. I feel like the co-broadcasting is working. So I think I'm going to co-broadcast it here on, well, actually, now that I said that, if it's a wrestling commentary show, it should be on my React channel. Let's be honest. We don't want it on DSPGaming, right? So I'll co-broadcast it. It'll be live streamed on DSP Reacts, okay? But also co-streamed on my Kick channel, DSPGaming Reel. So you're going to have both, all right? Okay? And Ashton's here. He says, it's going to be amazing. Get hype. Yes, but what we're going to do, I'm going to get Netflix and we're going to watch Monday Night Raw. It's big premiere on Netflix on Monday night. And our first show is going to be pretty interesting because it's me getting caught up on like 4.5, 5 years of wrestling that I missed out on because I haven't watched pro wrestling since 2020. So for me to actually watch a modern WWE product is going to be pretty interesting. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. It's been so long, There were some things about WWE I like and some things I absolutely hate. But, has it changed? Everyone tells me that it's changed, that it's improved, and it's a better product now. Well, I'm going to figure this out. No, I don't have Netflix. Ashton says, fuck you, Phil. You don't have Netflix? No, I don't have Netflix. No, we have Max. We have Amazon Prime Video because we have Amazon Prime and we have Max. So no, I don't have I don't have Netflix, but I'm going to get it. You know what I heard too? Someone contacted me and they said, if you get a VPN, I don't know how I would make this work, but if you get a VPN, apparently like WWE, all of their content is on Netflix if you are like in Great Britain. And I guess you could use a VPN and get like every WWE show through Netflix. I don't know if this is true or not. I guess I'll have to try to figure it out, but I'm not going to do that now. For now, it's going to be watch a Monday Night Raw, and then Ashton and I are going to do this awesome show Tuesday morning, co-broadcast on, DSP Reacts and on Kick, where we're going to just talk about wrestling for a couple of hours. We're going to talk about the show. We're going to go through, match by match and segment by segment. And, just like I used to do on my show Smart Guys over a decade ago, that's exactly what I did. And that's how we're going to treat this show. Okay. So that's the thing. Like I need to get caught up. I just don't know about WWE today. I missed, like Lady Charisma just said in chat, you missed the entire Cody Rhodes, rise plot line, and he's amazing now. I literally have not seen Cody Rhodes wrestle since he left WWE. He was dressed as Stardust the last time that I saw him wrestle. No exaggeration. I mean, I've seen clips of him in AEW, but I've never watched a match of his in over a decade. So yeah, this will be interesting to try to get caught up on the plot lines. Like I guess Roman Reigns is back and he's like a tweener now where he's not good and he's not bad. He's kind of like almost an Austin-like character. Last time I was watching WWE, no one liked Roman Reigns. They thought that he was like a crappy John Cena and everyone hated his guts. And now I guess he had the whole tribal chief plot line. Now everyone likes him. So I mean, I'm so behind. Ashton says, no, Cody's still a jobber. He sucks. Don't let them gaslight you. Well, there you go. Again, I got to get caught up. I got to get caught up, man. All right, well. So, on Tuesday, instead of the Level 1 podcast, we will do the new wrestling commentary show, and it will be co-broadcast at the same time that this podcast would have been broadcast, okay? And I'll likely archive the show. Here's the thing, guys. Just so everyone knows, I don't want to get everyone expectations up here. we can't use any WWE footage. I got to make this abundantly clear. WWE is so copyright abuse happy that if you use a fucking thumbnail on your video with a person from WWE, they'll strike your goddamn video down. Okay? To give you some perspective, you remember June the King did a documentary on me, right? Do you remember in that documentary there was one scene where Stone Cold Steve Austin punched Vince McMahon? They copyright struck his video for it. So we can't use any footage. It has to just be us talking about WWE. Just like, again, like I used to do a decade ago on the Smart Guys show. We have to do that. It's ridiculous how bad they are about it. What's the point of doing a show if it immediately gets taken off the internet, right? So it's just going to be us talking about wrestling. I think it'll be fun because it's two completely different perspectives. You know, Ash has been watching the wrestling constantly. I haven't been watching any of it. So it's going to be like, again, I'm kind of like the straight man cold going into this, trying to re-immerse myself in the wrestling landscape while he's versed on everything. So it'll be very interesting. I'm sure there's going to be things on Raw. I'm going to be like, what the fuck are we looking at? Like, what is this segment? What happened to this wrestler? You know, I've even heard like half the plot lines are done. Like, remember the what were they called? The Hurt Business or whatever? Did they all leave? They all left and now they're in another wrestling federation doing the same plot line or something? I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be fun. So Tuesday is the premiere of our wrestling show. I'll give you the official name and all this stuff once it's ready. I'm actually working on a few things right now that are cooking. Let's put it that way. So when I come back on Sunday, Monday, we'll talk more and I'll give you the solid concrete details. Hurt Business went to AEW. See what I mean? Like, what the hell, man? It's so ridiculous. Anyway, it's going to be fun. Even you know, what we're curious to see is how many people are interested in the show. Because number one, obviously, people who are into, you know, Ashton and his stuff from Kino Casino might want to come over just from curiosity's sake. But, you know, I had a fan base that was into pro wrestling. I did. You know, I had the commentary show for many years, and then I was doing the WWE Sims and everything for a long time. So will we get interest back? I don't know. See. By the way, I do have HBO Max. AEW is on HBO Max? It is? Are you sure? Because I have it and I haven't seen it ever there. I haven't ever seen it listed on there. I'm going to check. It's there. It just started this week? No wonder I didn't know. Oh, God. It is there. Collision Dynamite. Oh, they have two shows? I've never seen an episode of AEW ever. Collision and Dynamite. So they have two shows. Swerve Strickland battles Shelton Benjamin. Private Party challenges. Hey, I was reading that. I didn't say play it. I wanted to read the description, you fucker. All right, forget. I'm closing it. Closing it right now before I get too invested. Well, it's on there. Oh, my God. All right, anyway. So, all right, well, we'll have to talk about this. But anyway, so the premiere is Tuesday during the same time slot as the podcast. Here's the other good thing about this, too. If we do it during the time when I would do the podcast, it won't interfere with my gameplay streams, and it won't interfere with Kino Casino stream. It'll be our own thing going on that won't really mess with anyone's schedule, which is kind of cool, actually. And to be frank, also, in regards to the podcast, listen, I love doing this show, but it's hard to do this show 6 days a week. It really is. Like, there's not necessarily a lot of content to cover every morning. So to have the show be something different once a week, I feel it's a fine idea. So this will be interesting. I hope you guys will tune into that Tuesday morning. And again, more details coming when I have them. I got some stuff cooking, in regards to it. So I hope that you'll continue to check out the podcast here the next couple of days. I'll give you more updates. All right. And I'll just say this ahead of time to Ashton, who's in the chat. Thanks for teaming up for something cool like this. Like, neither of us know how this is going to go. Obviously, it's just something completely different and outside of our comfort zones of stuff that we're doing. But we're like, why not do it? Why not just try something new in 2025? What's the risk? There's no risk. The show sucks and we both suck. Who cares? But I think it might be great. You know, I think it might be really good. We'll have to see. Okay? Lady Charisma says, Dynamite is their A show and it airs every Wednesday. Collision is the B show and it airs on Saturday. Okay. I don't know anything about AEW. I don't know who's in AEW. Nothing. I'm so I'm so out of the loop on all of it. So it'll be very interesting to catch up on that. Okay. I received my first tip of the day, $2, 2 buckaroos. I can't read it because not scrolling. GameSpot is reporting most Xbox games are going to PlayStation today. Thoughts? What? GameSpot is reporting most Xbox games are going to PlayStation today. All right. GameSpot.com. Click on GameSpot. A new Guitar Hero Wii controller has been announced. Path of Exile 2 Best Warrior Build Guide. Marvel Rivals Strategist Tier List. One Rise of the Golden Idol dev is making a new idol-like. Call of Duty patch notes. Pokemon Go. Games done quick. What are you talking about? Seriously, like, you do realize that now I have a modern setup. Like, I can check everything immediately, right? Like what you're saying. Like, what are you talking about? There's no, I'm looking here. Do you see? I don't see anything. Now I'm down to a day ago. There's nothing on GameSpot about what you're talking about. So if you want to come back to me with actual news or information like that makes sense, some details, I have no clue what you're speaking. But thanks for the $2 tip. That's the second person. First, someone told me I did a retro marathon last year, which made me actually second guess myself. And now someone tells me complete fake news. Like, anyway, alrighty. Well, that was fun. Okay, so, all right, so folks, that's what I had for today. Like, those are the topics that I had. Schedule-wise, this week you'll see the continuation of Dark Souls with mods, as long as you guys like it and I like it and we're having a good time with it. Indiana Jones and Stalker 2. Like, those are the main focuses. Now, because I'm doing my year-end series and because I'm starting a wrestling commentary show, this may mess with the schedule a bit. But for the most part, we're going to try to continue on with everything. There will be late-night streams of things such as Call of Duty, probably some Street Fighter. The one thing in jeopardy this week, quite frankly, would probably be like Flight Sim. I don't know if we'll do Flight Sim this week. It may be the thing that gets skipped. Also, indies. Like, I've been enjoying Balatro, the coin game, and Killer Frequency. But because we got this new stuff going on this week, it's maybe the week where we skip some of that. All right. But should be still, it's going to either be a 5 or 6 day streaming week. That depends on if I take Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday off of next week. And I'll let you know when I figure that out with my wife. And we'll go from there. Okay? There you go. All right, folks. That's what I got. So I'll open up chat to a little bit of Q&A. If you guys want to chat and talk, let me know what you want to talk about. All right, I'm open to any discussion about what you guys feel are hot topics or whatever today. Or if you know something I don't, and you want to tell me about it, or you want me to talk about something. In the meantime, any contributions that come in, I'll shout out and thank you in advance. I would say for the premiere of Dark Souls, remastered, Age of Sunlight mods, let's hit the goal today, right? Let's hit this goal and get another one added to our goals hit counter and get closer to the marathon, shall we? All right. So what do you guys want to talk about today? Tag me in the chat. Let's see what's on everyone's mind. Am I still doing DS Politics? I am. As I said, I put it on hiatus for good reason. I feel like the big topics that we're going to want to talk about are going to be once Trump's in office. I see all this news about politics, and it's like, yeah, we could be doing the show, but I'm not seeing anything that's truly like that interesting or riveting to really discuss. I feel like once Trump gets in office, you're going to immediately see crap hitting the fan. You're going to see the media covering it in a certain way. I think it'll be more interesting to do when we do that. Okay. So I'm going to bring it back probably later this month after Trump's inaugurated. In fact, I'm sure the inauguration itself might be a great topic for the show. But I'm not in any rush. There's no major demand right now. Right now, I'm in demand to do the year-end series, to do all the projects I'm working on. So I'm gonna basically do what's in demand right now, and that's what's most in demand. So that's what I'm focusing on for the immediate future. Okay. Edge is now in AEW, and he goes by the name of Cope. Just Cope? Not Adam Copeland. He just goes by Cope? What? What is wrong with it? Cope. Okay then, Coper. He's the Cope master. That's what he has to cope with the fact that his run in WWE sadly wasn't so successful. Very good. Let's see here. So the $2 tipper is trying to link me an article. All right. Fair enough. I'll give you a chance. Let's see. Here's the article they linked me. Let's see. Oh, my controller went flying. God, this is the fucking article title I've ever seen in my life. I swear to God, if this is Michael Pachter, I'm gonna close it immediately. The analyst that they're no, it's Sirkin Toto. Sirkin Toto. Dude, this isn't even. This is a pure speculation article with no facts. Just listen to this. Sirkin Toto of Kantan Games believes Microsoft will lean further into this year. 2025 might be the year where they go all in. The 69 billion Activision Blizzard deal. What about it? There's literally no information. This is the most horrible fluff piece I've ever seen in my life. Some random dude from Kantan Games, Kantan Games, everyone knows that, right? Is saying that Microsoft may bring their games to PS5. Okay. It's not even like there's not even any news there. That's not even a news article. That's what we call in the industry a fluff piece. When you have nothing to talk about, you have a slow news day. You talk to the guy from Kantan Games and he says, "Hey, did you hear? I heard Master Chief is gay." And then they do an article about it. Master Chief may be gay. Wow. I know they've been saying that Microsoft was going to bring all their stuff to PlayStation for a while. Like this entire console gen, they've been saying that. Okay. Anyway. What else should we talk about today? Did you know that Master Chief and the Arbiter were secretly putting their hands down each other's booties during the entirety of Halo 3? Yes. They were They were actually motorboating each other's butt cheeks the entire game, whenever they were not on camera, of course. Let's do an article about it. Anyway, there's rumors about an Oblivion remake in the world. Rumors? It's not rumors, it's happening. Skyblivion. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about a real Oblivion remake? Because Skyblivion's already being worked on, and they said they're trying to finish it this year, and they just need more volunteers to help them accelerate their timeline, but they're working on it right now. It's just a shame because I played Oblivion, what was it, 2 years ago? 2023, and I liked it. But now it's like, do I want to play Sky Oblivion? It would be perfect for my PC. You know, it's like the perfect mod, but I just played Oblivion. You know what I really don't want to do? All those goddamn Oblivion gates again. That shit was so fucking tedious and boring. It's like, here's a game that's really good, and let's put a new mechanic in it that's awful and boring. Why? No, don't do that. Just make it good. You just skip the Oblivion gates. Will I watch Squid Game now that I have Netflix? First of all, I don't have Netflix. I'm getting it, but no, I'm not in any desperate rush to watch Squid Game. Oh, there is a real one? So there is a real Oblivion remake coming out. And then also Sky Oblivion. Well, that makes me, what's going to happen to Sky Oblivion? If a real Oblivion remake comes out, you know what's going to happen? They're going to like slap them with a cease and desist after all that work. I hope that doesn't happen. Oh, that would suck ass, huh? They put all that effort into it. I don't know, Ashton. I don't know. I don't know if I can get Netflix. It's kind of pricey. I've heard that they've raised their prices recently. Isn't it like a $20 now? $20 a month? That's absolutely preposterous. I mean, how dare they? I'm the king. They should bring the content to me. Like, I should just have all the shows I want to watch hand delivered to me for free. I should not have to pay. Pay? A king who pays for streaming content? That sounds preposterous. I may break the bank. If I spend $20 a month, I might not be able to afford the games for the month. I don't know how I'd be able to do that. I might have to start selling things in my set. I might have to sell this Tesla lamp in order to afford Netflix to watch Raw. Can't have that. Darkside Dabbing says that's if you want Netflix to stay ad-free. Otherwise, it's still reasonable. I wonder how much it actually is. I'll take a look. I mean, obviously, I'm going to get it. You know, obviously, I'll get it. I wonder if there's anything else on Netflix to watch. I haven't had it in years. Last time I had Netflix was the Stranger Things season where it was the summertime and they all worked at the mall. I don't know what season that was, but that's the last time I had Netflix. If I don't get the 4K plan, then the Raw reviews will be a lie. How can we know you saw it properly? Actually, I don't even know what resolution my phone does. I have no clue what resolution video my phone does. I don't know if it does. I don't think it does 4K. So I don't know if I should. I'm sure they have a plan. I don't know. I'll look at the pricing. I certainly don't want to watch it with ads. That's going to drive me fucking nuts to watch shit on, with ads. Oh, that will kill me. So I'm going to get the one that's ad free. Got to go ad free. Yeah, can you imagine with ads? No, I'm not going to pirate it. Don't worry. We'll be good. I'm not going to pirate it. Let's not go crazy here. That pirating, that's exactly how I'm going to fuck up my new PCs. Start pirating shit. Will Raw not have commercial breaks still? See, that's a good question. How is Raw airing on Netflix? That's actually a legit question. Because Raw is a live broadcast. So if you're watching the live broadcast on Netflix, what happens during the ad breaks? Are they going to still run commercial breaks? Because wouldn't the commercial breaks be different depending on where you are in the world? The live feed is still going to have ads? Oh, wow. Well, I'm probably never going to watch it live. I'll always watch the on-demand right after. They already have live football games on Netflix, and they have ads. Lady Charisma says the matches are going to still be going on, and they're going to have segments in front of the live crowd. Would that be in the replay, or are they going to skip that in the replay? This is going to be fascinating, actually. Okay, now I'm interested in this a lot because I want to know how they're going to pull this off. Because they've never done it like that, right? It's always been on like USA Network. It's just like a regular network TV. They've never done it exclusively on an on-demand network. So I wonder how they're going to pull that off. It'll be interesting to see how it's handled. Okay. Kyle over on Kick says, on days that you don't have a lot of topics for the podcast, would you consider replacing it with additional gameplay? Yeah, listen, I've always said, if we're on this show and we're running out of topics and not much is going on, I'm always willing to jump into the gameplay. But usually people end up having stuff to talk about. Ash says, AEW used to have picture-in-picture for the ads. Now on Max, the ads just play and you see no wrestling and people are now upset because of it. So let me get this straight. They went from regular TV to Max, an on-demand service, and when they went to Max, they cut content out. That's genius. Make people pay for your TV show, but then cut content out and don't deliver the same product. That's genius level stuff right there. Okay. Nice. I received a $20 tip this morning. So this is the same person with the article, says, I'm sorry for the prior $2 stuff regarding that article. I want to know what you thought of it. It's a fluff piece. Like, there's been rumors that Microsoft is going to take all their games to PlayStation for ages. And in fact, they even said, like, with Starfield and stuff like that, is it going to, right? And it's just that. It's a bunch of fluff. It's rumors. It's not necessarily an outright bold-faced lie, but it's speculation. It could happen. It might not. Until there's a word officially from someone who's, like Phil Spencer. If Phil Spencer comes out and says, we've decided we're going to port all our games now, right? Okay. But outside of that, it's literally all a waste of time. Why listen to some guy from Canton Games? Canton Games. What the fuck is that? I don't care if the guy from Canton Games wipes his ass a certain way. Who gives a shit what he does? He's from fucking Canton Games. No one cares about him. But that's what I mean. These are fluff pieces. These websites. This is why I say GameSpot, IGN, they don't need to exist anymore. If this is the article that they're putting out, it's like, dude, we all know that there's rumors that Microsoft might have their game on Sony console. We don't need you to write an article about it that has absolutely no facts, no substance, and no corroboration. You're just writing an article for the sake of having another article on your site. It's fucking fluff. Cobra Kai is on Netflix? Oh, really? Everyone talks about Cobra Kai, but I've never seen it. Everyone says it's good. If that's the case, if I watch Cobra Kai, I'm going to have to go watch the Karate Kid movies again because I haven't seen them in ages. I think I liked the first one, 2. How many were there? 7, 8? I don't remember. Ralph Macchio. The Netflix and Phil show. Phil reviews all Netflix content. Yes. Now, the thing is, I don't have a lot of time. Maybe I'll have time to watch Raw. I'll have time to watch, if there's a pay-per-view event. But like I said, I don't want a wrestling commentary show to become so demanding on my life that I have to sit here watching 10 wrestling shows a week. All right. Same thing. Like, oh, we review this, we review that. I mean, I would, but it's like, no views. No one really cared. When I was doing reviews in 2023, videos were getting like 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I was paying like $5. Like, so let me pump out all this content instead of the content that makes me money and people watch. Let me do this other content instead. It didn't really make much sense, So, I'm I'll do the wrestling show. I think it's an interesting idea and it might actually get some traction, but I don't just want to sit around reviewing stuff constantly when I could be on stream doing stuff that you guys actually want to see. I find it odd that that WWE, they had WWE Network, right? And literally all the content was there, albeit delayed. Like you couldn't see Raw and SmackDown for like a week, but it was still all there. And then they decided after heavily pushing it for 5 years, they just decided they wanted to get rid of it. And they did. And then they ended up selling it to other places. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was so weird because I thought that would be it. Like, they'd want to do that forever. They'd want to do their own network that's on demand or whatever. And then they just gave up on it. Because I had it. And then, I canceled it. And then they canceled the whole network anyway. It's so weird. Because, like, right now, if I wanted to watch SmackDown, how would I even do it? What is SmackDown on? Will I play games in the future? Absolutely not. I'm done with games. Games are the past. Sitting here gabbing with you guys about what's on Netflix is the... It's... SmackDown is on USA? It is? It's so confusing. SmackDown's been on USA for a while now. Oh, I've never seen it on USA. I didn't even know. Huh. Yeah, I've heard that outside of the US, if you have Netflix, you can literally watch all the WWE content. It's like, why the fuck don't they just do that everywhere? Phase out all gaming. There you go. Phase out all games are canceled. From now on, no more video games. They're grossly overrated. I'm 42 years old. What am I doing sitting around playing games all day? What kind of a loser am I, right? Why don't I just sit here brushing My Little Ponies and, The mic is cutting out? The mic is literally right in front of my face. So if the mic is cutting out, I can't really do much about it at this point. I don't care. I mean, I'm being honest now. Like, no, I've literally positioned the mic directly in front of me. I don't know how else I could make it work. It's a name brand mic. It's the most high-end name brand shit. Like, I don't care. They can't till their deal with NBC Universal ends in 2026, which people think it will be all going to Netflix then. Oh, I see. Okay. I can make a killing as a brony creator. Oh, there you go. Who's your favorite My Little Pony? Super Stardust Twinkle Toes or whatever, right? Yes. Sin, yes, we can read your message. CIN is asking if we can read their message in chat. Yes, we can. What, were you having problems? Have I seen Creature Commandos? I watched like 2 episodes of it. It's all right. It's not great. It's not bad. It's all right. But I think the soundtrack's obnoxious. I don't know who the hell they got to do the music. It's terrible. But the show itself seems all right. I find it odd that's the first piece of new DCU content they put out because it's so fringe and weird. It's basically like the follow-up to Suicide Squad, but with even more obscure characters you don't care about. It's very bizarre. They keep giving you a big red error like you were spamming when you were barely typing. That's weird. Were you leaning on your keyboard? Or maybe your keyboard malfunctioned and it kept like doubling a letter down? Huh. Lady Charisma, I have no idea. Lady Charisma is asking if this wrestling show goes well, will I do WWE 2K25 this year? I don't. I'm not even thinking about that at this point. Ash says, Phil and I will now watch Netflix shows every night till 5 a.m., but behind a newly launched Patreon paywall. There you go. Sin just did a $2 super chat and said, thank you, DSP. You're welcome. Thanks for your first ever super chat. I appreciate that. How nice of you. Thank you for supporting the stream. 28 bucks and climbing, guys. Let's get some support. You know what we need? We need some subs. Come on now. people over on Kick, who's going to give some subs to the community right now? We got people who've tipped. We got people who've super chatted. How do we have no subs? That's absolutely ridiculous. Let's get the love flowing here. Come on. Now Sin has become a member. Thank you, Sin, for becoming a member. We got our first membership. Thank you, Sin. Cool. And that counts for $3. A membership on YouTube is $3. A sub over on Kick is $5. Would I ever play with subs? I don't know. That'd be interesting. Like if I had, let's say I had like an Italian BMT in this hand and I had like a Philly cheese in this hand. Like how would I play with them really? Because when they start to get like soggy after a little bit and like the toppings would start to fall off, I feel like playing with subs might be something that's not very viable. I don't know. Would you find that entertaining if I played with subs? I know, isn't it funny? So Daily Cool 2-packs over on Kick says, no talking. Instead, run your hands through your hair and give them a powerful throat clear. Yeah, it's like the little innocuous things that I do, my mannerisms or whatever, become these topics of hyper-focused obsession for people on the internet, right? Like, oh, Phil would clear his throat, or he has to snort, or he runs his hands through his hair all the time. It's like, and you don't have a point. You just hyper fixate on something and talk about it endlessly. That's not important to anyone. All right. Hear what I just said? I said you hyper fixate on something that's mundane and arbitrary and normal, and you act like it's important. Did you hear what I just said? I said you hyper fixate on something and you can't stop obsessing about it. You hyper fixate on something and you can't stop obsessing about it. I think there's a word for that. Anyway, Sin, thank you for a $5 super chat. I love you. I'm new to you, but I know that all through the lore, I hate your bullies. I know it's hard for you to trust people, but I'm genuine. Well, thank you. Yeah, it is. Listen, here's the deal. I don't really care about those idiots anymore. I've paid no attention to them for months, and all the better. There's absolutely no reason for me to waste time discussing what these antisocial weirdos on the internet do. They're not like us, normal fucking people. So let them do what they want, and they can blow it out their ass. We're having a good time on stream every day, right? And that's all that matters. So thank you for the $5 super chat. You're now the top super chatter. Got you up there on the leaderboard. I should do the whole stream like that, where I'll just do this. Should I do an entire stream just transitioning through all these different scenes? Maybe if I did that, if I just get to, yes, I should keep transitioning between these extreme close-ups. Actually, at least now when I do the extreme close-ups, they look good. Like they used to look like shit because my camera was awful. Now my setup actually looks good, so it doesn't look disturbing. Oh my God. Is that true? I've heard about that over the years. Is it true that people hyper fixated on Chris Chan so much that someone did like an 80-part documentary? Is that true? I can't imagine anyone caring about Chris Chan for more than like an hour. But that's me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. Does someone watch an 80-part documentary? Like, oh my God. Again, I don't understand it. Like for me, and this is me, and you guys could completely disagree, and I get it. I'm different than a lot of you. I'm probably older than a lot of you. Maybe that's what it is. But like, when it comes to drama and lol cows and shit on the internet, right? I am happy to learn initial information about a certain person and the silly situations that they get themselves into or whatever. But it's like, okay, I'll listen to this topic once or twice. Once I get to like the third time, I'm like, I'm not interested anyway. It was funny to laugh the first couple times, but then it's like you get kind of tired of it, right? For me, and that's why. And Ash, I've said this before. This is why I got to give you and Andy credit. I could never do that show that you guys do. Like, I would want to talk about someone once or twice, and then I would want to immediately move on to someone else. I can't go back to the same people over and over. Like, it just gets so boring to me. Like Rich Review Tech, it was fun in the summer to make, you know what I'm saying? Like to make fun of him a few times. But did you hear what he said about this time? People are like, Phil, did you hear he did a whole Christmas Eve stream about you? Did you hear he did a 12-hour marathon on New Year's Eve? And at the end, when it hit, New Year's and it hit 2025, he played your moment on stream from 2016. I was like, I don't care. I can't care. I don't know. I'm just so not wired like that. I don't care about the guy. It's like every time you tell me about a new embarrassing moment, I want less to do with him. I don't care about this guy, Yeah, I did hear this, that apparently Review Tech is saying he's going to tattoo my face on his ass. Did you hear what I said? I said he's a pussy. And if he was a real man, he would tattoo my face on his ball sack. Because that's being a real man. If you're going to do it, don't just do that. Everyone has done the ass cheeks. You got to put it on your testicles, all right? Now, when it's on your scrotum sack, now you know that you're a tough guy, all right? Unreal. Mm. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I'm not going to play Dark Souls online. Yeah, Henkert says you do realize if you play Dark Souls with mods, you can get banned. What mods are you planning to play? I'm not playing it online. I don't need to anyway. I mean, I don't care about the messages. I'm playing it offline so that we don't get into trouble, with their online service. Listen, I don't want to violate their online terms of service. I'm not. That's why, I'm not cheating the game. I'm just trying to have a different experience. Yeah, it is what it is. I have to, in my career, I've always been the kind of guy that like I stand by my own morals, my own moral code, and that's hurt me a lot over the year. Let's be honest here. If I years ago, decade ago, jumped on every bandwagon and basically did everything that everyone else was doing, right? If I was doing the clickbait thumbnails, if I was taking the sponsorship deals, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been a lot more popular and a lot more prominent, and I would have made a lot more money. But I wanted to be okay with me and the content that I put out there, and staying true to myself or whatever. I definitely feel like I don't know, like I could sleep at night, but at the same time, it definitely hurt the pocketbook and with all the shit that I went through for a decade there. But that's just how I've always been. You know what I mean? Like, I never took the paycheck. I was offered a lot back in the day. I kept getting offered, you know what it was? It was all those indie game companies very desperate to get their games advertised. Like every other day, I'd be getting an offer for like, no exaggeration, like $500 to $1,000. They'd be like, hey, please play our game on your stream. Do like a 3-hour stream or, a 3-hour video on our game. And I'll take this paycheck and do this, brought to you by this. I never did a single one. I didn't want to become that sellout guy, the shill. I never wanted to, and people, oh, you eBay. Yeah, but when I eBay, right, I'm saying support the content. Allow me to make the content you like and please pay for it so that I can continue to do it for a job. It's not, hey, this stream is brought to you by Honey, the app that brings you all kinds of discounts. And then you find out that Honey has been a scam all along and literally never gave you a discount. Instead, it was hiding discounts from you that everyone else was getting. And then they were stealing everyone's referral sales revenue for the past 5 years. I've never done any of that. I never had any intention to ever do anything. I never wanted to become a product shill here to make the bag. You know, I mean, how many people have done that shit? You know, I don't want to do that. I just want to make content and chill with you guys and be real. What about the chair? What do you mean? That office chair over there? Where the way the sponsorship was going to work, they were going to send me that chair. I was going to talk about the chairs on air for a bit. When the chair arrived, I was going to do an honest review, and then you were going to know if the chair was good or not, and the company was okay with that. To be frank, that company was lucky that we didn't do that agreement because that chair sucks. That chair, within a few months of me owning it, the entire hydraulic thing that has the air in it broke and never really worked properly. So they're lucky that I didn't actually truly review it because I would have told you guys that the chair sucks. Don't buy it. Sin, thank you for another $2 super chat. They said, I agree. I'm proud of you for real. Well, thank you. So, I mean, let's be honest. So what would you prefer? Let's be real honest here. What would you prefer? That on a stream, I remind everyone that you could support this stream via various methods like super chats, memberships, subs, tips. And we have goals, and the goals lead to rewards for you guys like marathons and DSP tries it and viewers choice events. Would you prefer that? Or would you prefer that 5 times during this podcast, I have to do a gratuitous plug for a product, that we have leaderboards blinking, big ads all around the screen for toothbrushes, for razors to shave your balls, for, you know, ridiculous products that have absolutely nothing to do with anything here? What would you like? Because, you know, I could become like Painkiller already, and I think the show would be awful. Really, I think that it would be crap. And I don't want to do that, you know? Ashton says, I will secure good sponsorships. We're going to shill vitamins and gold and boner pills. Yeah, what is that one where they're like, put your money into gold? What? Put your money into gold. It's 2025, and people actually think it's a good idea to take your money and put it into gold. But people chill it, and then people do it. Oh, my goodness. Sin did another $5 super chat. He said, I would prefer you had more real viewers than trolls and you got support that you deserve. Thank you for not doing corporate sellout stuff. Thank you. You could get the gold sponsorship? Oh, God. Dude, I can't be doing that stuff. Put your money into gold. No, really. It's going to work out for you and not the company. Yeah, of course it secures against inflation. Of course it does, right? Why not sell one of those food delivery subscription services? You know, those ones that are all completely unique and different from each other and deliver a truly unique meal experience for a good value. And by the way, the food's so healthy, right? Yes. They're all the best one. Every single one is the best one. Oh, excuse me. Only the one that I got the sponsorship from is the best one. Emergency prep kits for end times. Oh, God, I haven't even seen that one yet. That's one now, too. Game Boy, what's going on? How you doing? Email says on AliExpress. What is AliExpress? That sounds familiar. AliExpress. I think I've seen that. AliExpress. What is this? Easy online shopping. Promotions on clothing, electronics, sports, and more. Oh boy! So they add that advertise that one too, huh? What is that, like Temu? You see now, Ash, and here we go. This is the mentality that a lot of people go with. Ash, of course, he's over exaggerating, but he says, "Who cares if it's a scam? Idiots buy anything. We can spend money better than they can." But and see. I could do that. No, really, I could. But I would much rather be like, hey, listen, here's content you enjoy. Support it via these methods. Yeah, I'm going to shill a bit during my stream. I'm going to ask for contributions. I'm going to eBay, but that's because I'm bringing you content you like. And by the way, that means if I'm bringing you content you don't like, tell me, and then I'll change it up. That's what, when people say wage quit a game, I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? People are paying me to make content they enjoy. If they're not enjoying it, they won't financially support it. Then I should do something else. Do what people want, right? There's nothing wrong with wage quitting because the whole idea of business is to make a product people want to consume. Okay? So in this regard, the way I see it, I have no problem e-begging because it makes sense because I'm saying, hey, here's the content you like, support the content, and now I don't have to shill crap you don't want or like, right? I don't need you to buy toothbrushes. I don't need you to buy, ass scrubbers and, ridiculous products no one cares, food delivery services. I don't want you to dump all your money in gold. All I want you to do is do a contribution every once in a while on stream so I can make a living and keep doing the content that you love. That's it. It's simple. It's a very transparent concept. It's more transparent than all the other shit these people, We need a fundraising scam. We need our crypto scam. How can we do it? What are we going to call it? We got to come up with a good crypto scam that somehow people won't suspect. Like every single one of these crypto things isn't a scam, right? DSP coin. King's coin. We'll call it King's coin. Beaver Bothered to the $1.50 says, did you hear that LTG has finally moved out of Section 8 housing? Maybe if he did the collab stream with you like a man, he could have moved out of there 6 months ago. I don't care about LTG. He's a fucking lame-o. He's a bum. He really is. Like, he didn't understand anything about anything. He just wants to sit there on an island all alone, talking with no one, just talking to like his ball suckers. That's like literally that's who he is. He's please, sycophants, please just keep kissing my ass and sending me stuff. And meanwhile he's sitting in a fucking, a crappy bedroom that looks terrible. The self-awareness here is Kino. Correct. Because as you know, I don't do any of those things. I don't live in a bubble. I mean, in truth, it would be pretty hard for me to live in a bubble when so many people don't like me. For various reasons. So I'm well aware there's a lot of people that don't like me. He legit thinks he's God's gift to the world. Like, that guy is like, I can't imagine how he holds his ego in his head, how his head hasn't exploded the way that he acts and thinks. Is he still playing Tekken 8 and losing his mind? That's hilarious. He bought a house with another man. Oh, interesting. Will it be his manservant? Will he have a live-in manservant? He's gonna be like Bruce Wayne. Well, indeed, I am very jealous of Dale's crispy jawline. That's correct. Wait, who's Dale? I don't know who that is. Never heard of that name before. All right, I don't need to know about him shitting in the shower. All right, let's move on. Let's stop talking about him. That's enough. I don't want to hear it. Bonage 101 has tipped me $10.80. Says, how about investing some money into stocks? Maybe if you have a friend that is experienced in the market, you can make some decent money. I'm getting to the point now, excuse me. I'm getting to the point now where, since now I have finally finished upgrading my setup, and I'll be honest, I don't really have much else to invest into the setup. Like I said, maybe eventually upgrading my chair or my TV. But outside of that, the setup is like, as primo as it's going to get. I don't really have much else to spend on it. Now, what I'd like to do, hopefully, is start building up some savings for the first time in ages. And once I have some savings, then I could look towards something like that, right? Like if I actually had savings and be like, hey, do I want to invest it in this or that? I've never had an opportunity to do anything like that in a very long time. So we'll see over time. See, it all depends on how things go. If I can maintain how I'm doing, which, it's kind of hit or miss. There's been some ups and downs and fluctuations, right? But right now I'm doing pretty good. So if I can keep going how I'm going, then probably within, first few months of the year, perhaps I could actually have some money for investments and the like, but I guess we'll see. It depends on how things go. Oh, I know. I should have a cat tower in my background for a cat that never shows up, right? The phantom cat that doesn't exist. A real throne? I don't know how comfy a real throne would be. Real thrones look pretty awkward, honestly. You see, like Game of thrones, like, dude, sitting on that is like someone's, sitting on a rock and things poking your head and shit. Let's just gamble and buy Hogan's. That's the best investment. Who needs investing in retirement and all these ways to save money? Just blow it all and hope for the best and hope that you get the big win. That's right. Keep chasing the dream. No, I would eventually probably invest in a new monitor or whatever. My TV, I didn't even know my TV does 4K 120 hertz. I just found this out yesterday when we were messing with the settings and I looked at the resolution. It's like, it says 4K 120. I didn't even know my TV did that. I bought a really good TV 2 years ago. This thing is pretty dang good. Like I said, the response time is great on it too. When will I finish Dark Souls 3 without help? What does that even mean? That's cool that the TV does 4K 120. I mean, I'm not going to play anything at 4K 120, but that's cool that it does. Like today, we're going to do Dark Souls in 4K 60. It's going to look sick. I received another $10 tip. Thank you guys. Let's see here. Oh, looking forward to modded Dark Souls. I hope you try all three and Elden Ring as well. They have some great mods. Best regards from Hankster. Thank you, Hankster. I am very much looking forward to these mods. I hope that they end up being something that's worthwhile and we look into for many different games. Right now, I mean, Dark Souls was the no-brainer. Everyone loves seeing me play Dark Souls. Okay. And after having played Bloodborne on PS5 Pro, it kind of makes you crave for something different. And it's like, well, what can we do? Well, Dark Souls, all three games are modded on PC, with all these different tweaks and things. Like, it makes sense. So let's hope it goes well. I hope it goes well. And I would love to do more stuff with mods in the future. See, that's really the difference. When you have a gaming PC like this, it's opening up endless possibilities of content. It really is. Like, I can play retro games. I can play modded games. I can do so much. It's so cool to be able to do that. With console, you're very limited to whatever's on the console, as like a mainstream game. You can't really mess around with these other options. Right, DSP Gaming, AliExpress. Why? Is someone selling merch on there or something? Is this wholesale DSP Gaming? Look at this. This is weird. It's in euros. I don't know what this means. DSP version of like knockoff stuff. What is this? What am I looking for? Email. There's like DSP Gaming, Game DSP, Super DSP. These are just like cartridges and stuff for like retro game consoles or something. They have nothing to do with me. It's Indian stuff, is it? The best DSP products. Here's one that says YouTube DSP. What is it? DSP 4-channel mixing. Now these are mixers. I don't know why it says that. That's weird. It's like someone put my name into their, what's the name of this? The search. There's a word for it, right? Like someone dumped my name into the AliExpress search engine or something. I don't know why, because I have nothing to do with it. DSP is a kind of digital signal processing, so it probably relates to that because they sell those kind of peripherals. There's shirts? Oh, I didn't see shirts. It didn't come up. It didn't come up. All I saw was like peripherals, gaming peripherals. Well, I have my own merch store. So, you know, perhaps. I probably should have favorited it, huh? You believe I didn't fave my own merch store? So perhaps if you're looking for some high quality merchandise, it is the new year indeed. And you know what you need in the new year? Clothes. You could go to darksidephil.shop right now and you could buy some awesome Philomania t-shirts. Or perhaps you would like a DSP Gaming Established 2008 logo shirt or me as Dan from Street Fighter shirt. Perhaps you'd like a WoW Dude hoodie. Maybe a Red Dead DSP hoodie. Or the new DSP Gaming logo that I just launched on the channel a couple days ago as a hoodie or a sweatshirt. Or who wouldn't want their own official two-sided deluxe edition level 1 podcast mug guaranteed to enhance the flavor of the beverage within asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Right? There you go. Check it out right now, darksidephil.shop. Every sale helps out my streams and my content. Maybe it'll help improve this AI filter so that my head won't be phased out by my microphone. Let's see. Check it out. No, do wear it outside. Wear it outside 100%. At all times, wear it. Wear it to your baby shower. Wear it to weddings. Wear it to funerals. Wear it everywhere. It's in vogue, as they say. There you go. You better. If you don't, I'll end up out here in the Andes Mountains freezing my ass off. And I'll be stranded and have no way home. Okay? Do that. If the modded stuff goes well with Dark Souls, would I try modded Minecraft or other Fallout games? I said I would consider mods in anything. I want to do a Fallout London. Like, I was totally stoked for that. But then, you know, we had just finished Fallout 4. And then they released Fallout London. I was like, oh, like the worst timing. Because obviously no one wants Fallout after Fallout. So I'd be down for Fallout London this year at some point. I've heard it's really good. All right. Hold on. Okay. What am I using to remove the background? NVIDIA. What's the name of it? Hold on. There's an official name of it. Find it. Scene. Here's the webcam. Hold on, because I'm looking it up right now. It's called NVIDIA Background Removal. It's an AI powered thing. I think it's only works with NVIDIA like graphics cards. To my knowledge, and I have it. Obviously, I have a GeForce, so that's why. And it's literally just it's automatic. Like I don't even do anything. You just turn it on and off, and you can tweak the level of how much it works. But as you can see, it's quite good. It basically just tries to keep your body in frame and delete everything else. So I can be in various different backgrounds, like Seattle, where I live, or I could be the president of the United States of America, which I probably will be at some point in my life. I could be at Santa's workshop, although it's the wrong time of year. They're already done with their work for the. I don't need to be at Santa's workshop right now. They're done. I could be in Japan, middle of a city street. Or, of course, where everyone wants to be this time of year in the middle of winter, on a nice balmy beach, relaxing with the palm trees. For some reason, there we go. A nice balmy beach, relaxing with the palm trees, right? So, I mean, right now I'm floating over Seattle like Godzilla. But it's a really good tool. I didn't even know. I've already told you guys this. I didn't even know I had it. I had no idea at all. Zero. And then someone's like, yeah, just add the filter. You have it. I was like, what? And I added it. I'm like, what the hell? This is like really good. I could use this for all my gameplay. What the hell? What's up, Iron Man the Power? Good afternoon. I know. It's funny because now my background looks better, but just doing this during gameplay. Hold on. Just doing this during gameplay is so much better for the video quality to just see me rather than this giant box around me or whatever. You know, I like the new background. I think it looks great for the podcast, but for gameplay, I mean the AI effect is just great. Mayor of Renton? Yeah, I probably would get elected. I could probably be mayor here. I mean, let's be honest. I could probably change the whole state, flip it red if I wanted to. I probably could. But, you know, is that really something I aspire to do? I don't know. The man who flipped Washington red. We're going to start momentarily. In fact, I think we've sticked around here for a good amount of time on today's podcast. So in summary, guys, what we got, just so you know, year-end series begins Sunday night. It'll just be Sunday night or Monday night, depending on how much time we need for the two different countdowns. The new wrestling commentary show starts Tuesday. It'll be in place of this podcast. It'll be co-streamed both on DSP Reacts on YouTube and also on Kick. So that's going to be exciting. And there's a marathon coming up. Once we hit 50 goals hit, there's a high chance we're probably going to keep hitting these goals at least once a day the next few streaming days. So probably we'll be doing that marathon at the end of this coming week. And if we do, all we got to figure out at this point is what's the theme? What's the theme of the marathon? Do we want retro games? Do we want Rageathon? Or do we want Dino Crisis all day? Okay. So that's like the three big themes of today. The takeaways. Thank you all for chilling with me. I hope that you enjoyed the show. But now it is on to try out Dark Souls with mods. So thank you all for chilling on the Level 1 podcast. Remember, I am not here on Saturday. I'll be back on Sunday to talk all about how today went with Dark Souls with mods, as well as anything that happened on my day off. And, of course, Sunday's a big day. Sunday, we're going to have more Dark Souls with mods. We're going to have the year-end series beginning. So, everyone, I wish you the best. I will see you all on Sunday. Peace out.